stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing and join us in singing our school song.
Stand up for Memorial Parkway, the best school in the land, where everyone has a special place, all winners hand in hand. Where panthers proudly waving our colors black and gold, learning, sharing, standing true, and we love you.
You may now be seated.
Please stand for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, Memorial Parkway Elementary. Thank you for joining me today for this wonderful opportunity to celebrate our Veterans Day. Before we begin, I would like to give a shout out to our Veterans Day Committee. Thank you, Veterans Day Committee, for all of your hard work putting together this wonderful, wonderful special day. As we all know, Veterans Day comes once a year, and today at Memorial Parkway, we're going to celebrate it in a new and exciting way. We're going to get to listen to some of our veterans, some of our own veterans that work on our campus, as well as Commander Burns, who is the commander of the VFW for Katy, Texas. We're going to get to hear their stories and how they made sacrifices so that they could serve their country and to keep all of us safe. In addition, we're going to get to listen to some of our student readers. We're going to get to sing some songs. And we're going to get to participate in some other things like our Wall of Heroes, so we can celebrate our heroes as we walk over to the gym. The poster contests that have posters that you guys created celebrating your family or those veterans that you wanted to honor, as well as the Table of the Forgotten Soldier. Veterans Day is a very special day where we get an opportunity to say thank you to our veterans and to really celebrate them for their service. And I hope you'll join me in being respectful and make sure you're listening to the messages they're sharing with you today, and really think about the sacrifices they must have made. And also think about the perspective of their families as they had to go away to foreign lands to keep our country safe. So enjoy the day, and I hope you walk away with some beautiful lessons that you'll keep in your heart. And remember, when you see a veteran, go up to him and say, "Thank you for your service. Thank you for keeping me safe."
Good morning, children, or I should say young ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to be here today, even though I'm not in the school and talking to you as I did last year. It's a little hard talking to people that aren't right in front of me. I'm not used to that. But unfortunately, this past year has been different to everyone. And it is a learning for both your teachers and for your families and for us veterans. I joined the Army many years ago in 1962. That seems like a long time ago. And it was for me. And when I did, I was doing it because there was something happening at that time. You can ask your parents about it or ask them to get a book about it. And it was called the Cuban Missile Crisis. And that is when Russians were putting missiles on Cuba. And President Kennedy didn't want that. We didn't want them that close because they could be dangerous for us. So I joined. And after I went through training, I was sent to Korea, which at that time was had just finished a war 10 years before. So I didn't go over there to fight. I went over there and I worked. While I was there, I found out that that country can get very cold in the winter. You couldn't have any kind of boots that would keep you warm. If you were outside, your feet got cold. Sure, not like Texas, that's for sure. But it was a strange country to me at the time. Uh, Unfortunately, if you'll show picture number 1, there we go. When I was there, I decided that I wanted to go to a special school to learn about electronics. And to do that, I had to re-enlist. I was in the Army for 3 years. I had to tell them that I would stay in the Army for another 3 years. So that photo shows me re-enlisting. And soon after that, I got very ill, and you can take the picture down. The Army sent me back to the United States. And after I got better, I went home and I was there for 30 days. And while I was there, I decided that I was going to get engaged to a young girl that when I was in 8th grade, she was in 6th grade. I had met her. She lived behind me. And it wasn't long after that that we decided to get married. And we are still married. It was 56 years this last month. And as my wife keeps reminding me, the time before we got married, that was another 4 or 5 years. So we've been together for a very long time. After I got well, got married, we had 2 children. And in 1969, that was 11 years after I came into the service, I was sent to a country called Vietnam. And that was a war. I'm sure that your parents can tell you about it. It wasn't a very popular war, meaning that there were a lot of people that didn't think we should be over there. So it was hard for some folks seeing their sons or daughters going to Vietnam. But while I was there, or actually right before I got there, I had trained working on small computers in vans that traveled around. And when I decided to learn that, I found out it was going to be an entire year. And once that year was over, those computers were only used in Vietnam. So I went to Vietnam. If you'd like to show that second picture. That is the inside of a computer van. If you look at the young lady with the, well, she wasn't young, she was in her 30s. The lady in the yellow sweater Right behind her is the computer that I worked on. These were in vans, they had air conditioning, and it was very hot and humid outside, so we had to try to keep the computers as cool as we could. The fellow, I am in the back between the two young ladies, and the fellow beside the girl in black is someone that worked with me on the computer. The girl in black, her nickname was Teddy. And she actually came to Hawaii a number of years after we left Vietnam, or after I left Vietnam, when the war was being lost in Vietnam. And a soldier that had met her and worked with her brought her back to Hawaii. And while she was there, she recognized me because she had a picture of my wife, myself, and two of our children. At that time, we had a third child, so she wasn't too sure that that was me, but she got her husband to call us, and we got back together. And for many, many years, we were really close friends. She helped us with our children. She had fun with them. She was like a little girl. She didn't stand very tall. She's sitting in a seat right now, but if she stood up, she might not be as tall as you can see my pocket. That's about as tall as she was, and her hair went all the way to the floor. She was our computer operator. She always worried when something didn't go right. She thought she'd broken it, but she was a very efficient computer operator. And we all had a lot of fun. Okay, you can take that picture down and put the next one up. Now that was just a picture of me outside of the building that I slept in. These were what they called Quonset huts. We had rooms in there, and you can see all the sandbags. If there was any shooting or bombing or anything, we would actually come out of the building and jump behind those sandbags, or we would look for what we called a bunker. It was something dug underground. We didn't have to do that too often because we were in the middle of a very, very large camp. It was called Long Bin. You can take that down now. Now, after I finished in Korea, I came back to the United States, and we lived most of our time in Virginia. Didn't go too many places. We spent a few years there, and our children were growing. They were getting into school. And all of a sudden, I was asked if I wanted to go to Hawaii. And we said, yes, of course. Anybody wants to go to Hawaii. And we ended up going there for me to work with those computers while the Army was trying to bring them back to the United States. That was when the war was ending and the United States was getting out of Vietnam. I was supposed to be there for 3 years, and I was able to request staying there and ended up staying for 5 years. And we didn't want to leave, actually. They made me leave because they thought I was there a little bit too long and enjoying it too much. But then we went to Virginia. We were up in the mountains, and I spent another 5 years there. So as a result, 10 of my 20 years were only spent in 2 places. When most of the mommies and daddies now that are in the Army or any of the armed forces have to go back and forth to either Iraq or Afghanistan, and they have to serve 6 months or a year. They come home for a little while and they get sent back again. And I'm sure some of you in the classes are like that. You have to see your mommies and daddies go away, and I know it's very hard. Uh, my children were about as young as all of you when I was moving around. Actually, they were a little bit younger. So they didn't understand why I wasn't there, why mommy had to go to work each day and daddy wasn't around. Uh, I was off someplace, and it was hard to explain that, even though when I was in Vietnam, I sent movies to them, uh, waving to them, and I would send recordings and talk to them on tapes, but that wasn't the same thing. Now you are fortunate enough that you can email, you can use Skype. There's different ways that you can still talk to your mommy and daddy and not uh, just have to stand there and look at a picture or read a letter. So those of you that have parents that are in the military, I understand very much what you are going through, how difficult it is. And I think your friends need to understand. And if somebody doesn't understand, you need to explain to them that it's really hard to come home and not have dad or mom there to talk to you or to answer some questions for you. And we understand that, but you have to make your friends understand that so that they don't think that maybe you're being treated special for something. I always get so excited when sometimes at Christmas or something, uh, mother or father is able to come home on leave and nobody knows they're coming until they get to the school or whatever, and then walk into a classroom, and just to see the look and the smile on everybody's face. So again, I understand that. And with Christmas coming, it's harder, but you just need to understand that they're doing work for the United States. They're keeping everyone safe in the United States and in the world. I think with that, I will say I appreciate you talking to me or listening to me today, giving me a chance to tell you a little bit about myself. I was here last year. I enjoyed it. I miss seeing you all sitting on the floor, but maybe some other day I'll be able to come back and see you all again. So thank you very much.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's tread, forever
Hi, veterans. I am here to say one thing. Thank you. Thank you for everything you have done for America and its people. You have been brave and strong to protect America and even other countries. You protected America even when you know you're not going to see your family and friends in a long time, and maybe even lose your life just to protect America. So thank you very much for protecting us. Thank you.
Who are you? You who protect us. You who defend us. You who have left yours behind. You who have always have your country in mind. Who are you? You who far or near fights for what we hold dear. You are loved. You are honored. You are a veteran.
Hola, veteranos. Estoy aquí para decir una cosa. Gracias. Gracias por todo lo que han hecho por América y sus personas. Tú has sido valiente y fuerte para proteger a América, incluso otros países. Tú protegiste a América, incluso cuando sabes que no vas a ver a tus familiares y amigos en un largo tiempo y tal vez podrás perder tu vida solo para proteger a América. Entonces, gracias. Muchas gracias por protegernos. Gracias.
My dad is always gone. We are always sad. What if he doesn't come back? We all wait. Then we hear the door click. Daddy's back.
The lonely veteran. The one who left his family. The one who thinks has the most pain. The one who would die for his family. The one who would leave his son for a gun. But what he didn't know is that the whole crew did the same thing.
My name is Katina. I'll be reading you a poem. The Veteran's Pain. The brave veterans who save our country left their son and picked up a gun. And this pain will definitely leave a stain. They're bold and solid gold. So leave your shell and go and tell about the people who sacrificed for us.
A Navy SEAL. A Navy SEAL. So strong, so determined, there is nothing you can feel. Like a stick that can't bend, risking your life to protect. Sometimes it's lonely, and it has a big effect. Leave the bad things behind, nothing can make you scared. What you do is so kind. All the power you have shared, hopefully it will not mess with your mind.
Veteranos, los que sirvieron por este país. Veteranos valientes y fuertes. Veteranos, los que sacrificaron su vida. Veteranos. Amazing and so daring, deep down they're feeling pain, not ready for the sacrifices they are about to make. There is no way their heart is fake, they're strong, determined, and so brave. They all together fight to make our country safe and bright.
Veterans poem. The military soldiers, strong and brave, running fast and saving and protecting people, like a bear trying to save its cubs. If only we can make sure they are safe. Now this is a note for the veterans. Thank you, veterans. We are glad to have you. Even if you are dead or alive, you will still be remembered. You are strong, loyal, and brave. Y'all don't give up or stop trying. Y'all keep trying until y'all succeed. Even if y'all lose everything, it is a win. Win. Nothing will stop y'all. Y'all will always stand strong. Stand strong. When we are strong, we are dedicated. Even when we are not ready, we will still find a way to win. When we are outnumbered, we try our best, even when we are weak. We still stand tall. We never ever stop. When we lose, we win next time, and Even if someone beats us, we will stand in the memory of people. People never will ever forget about y'all. Y'all represent brave, strong, kindness, and the crazy thing is, y'all leave your families to serve for our state. Even when y'all even when y'all don't want to, y'all still serve for us. You protect us from danger when it comes, and y'all still come to your families alive. Y'all will never be forgotten. Even when you die, you stand in heaven and live happy. And when people find out that you died, they cry and cry and cry. And when they try to stop, they can't because they miss you a lot. Which means y'all are very, very, very special. Y'all will never leave our heart because we always remember y'all. And y'all also just do not leave your families. And also just do not leave your families. Some of y'all don't return to your families, and that's what's sad. But you know that we will remember you. So always remember, thank you, veterans. Bye.